Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today we're diving into the exciting world of US quarters, and trust me, you'll want to check your pockets after watching this. Some ordinary looking $quarter coins can actually be worth a fortune. In this video I'll show you the top 3 most valuable US quarters that are making headlines in the collector world, from rare mint errors to hard to find editions that can fetch thousands of dollars. So grab your coin jar, sit back, and let's uncover which quarters could turn your spare change into serious cash. Let's get started. First up today, we're diving into a classic, pocket-sized piece of American history, the 1979 Washington quarter. If you've got a handful of change, a coin roll, or an old collection gathering dust, this video will help you know what to watch for and what a 1979 quarter might be worth. We'll cover where it was minted, how to identify condition and key varieties, typical market values, and tips for buying or selling. If you like deep dives into everyday coins that sometimes hide big surprises, hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss future episodes. The 1979 quarter is part of the long-running Washington quarter series that began in 1932. The obverse features George Washington's portrait, the same basic likeness used across the series since 1932, updated slightly over the decades, and the reverse for the 1979 regular circulation quarters remains the traditional eagle design used before the state quarters program. It's a coin that sits squarely in the modern copper nickel clad era post 1965, meaning it's not a silver coin, but it's still historically interesting and widely collected. 1979 sits near the end of the 1970s production run, when millions of these coins were produced, so most are common, but condition and mint varieties still matter. In 1979, quarter production included coins from the Philadelphia No Mint Mark on circulation strikes, Denver D Mint Mark, and proof strikes from the San Francisco Mint S on proof issues. The vast majority of the everyday circulation pieces you'll find as pocket change are from Philadelphia and Denver. Proofs were struck separately and sold in sets or as single proof coins to collectors, knowing the mint mark, location, and which coins were intended for circulation versus proof sets is an easy first step toward understanding value. Physically, the 1979 quarter is a copper nickel clad coin, a core of copper with outer layers of a copper nickel alloy. It weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters across the standard specifications for post-1965 quarters. That composition means these coins are not worth melt value above face for their metal content, unlike pre-1965 silver quarters. So when estimating worth, you're valuing condition, rarity, and collector demand rather than metal. Most 1979 quarters are common in circulated condition. In circulated grades, good to extremely fine, they're usually worth roughly face value up to a couple of dollars to collectors who want higher grade examples. Uncirculated mint state MS60, MS63 pieces often sell for a few dollars each. As the grade rises, MS60 for MS65 and above prices climb more noticeably. High-end examples in MS66, MS67, especially if certified by a major grading service, can command significantly higher premiums. Proof 1979S quarters, proof coins struck for collectors, are valued separately and generally fetch modest premiums over face, depending on grade and whether they're still in their original packaging or certified. While 1979 isn't famous for a single headline key date variety, there are still collectible varieties and mint errors that attract attention, doubling on the obverse or reverse doubling of letters or design elements, repunched mint marks on certain coins where the mint mark was struck more than once, slightly off die cracks struck through planchet defects, and off-center strikes. If you find a coin with obvious die doubling or a significant struck error, it's worth having a few photos taken and getting an opinion from experienced collectors or a reputable dealer. Some errors can increase value substantially compared to a normal example. Condition is king in modern coin collecting. Grading looks at strike, luster, contact marks, surface preservation, and eye appeal. A high-grade 1979 quarter is one that still has strong original luster, sharp details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, and few contact marks for serious collectors and sellers. Third-party certification by PCGS and GCU or NX brings beer confidence and typically higher prices. If you are considering grading, weigh the coin's potential market value against grading costs. Grading is most worthwhile for coins you suspect to be MS65 or better, or for unusual varieties and errors. If you're buying or selling a 1979 quarter, check multiple sources, recent auction results, dealer price lists, online marketplaces, and coin collector price guides. Condition photos and, when available, third-party certification matter a lot. Local coin shops, reputable online dealers, and established auction houses are safer places to transact than unvetted listings when selling. Present clear photos disclose any cleaning or damage, and price realistically for the grade. When buying, ask questions about if you're hunting for gem quality 1979 quarters. Look for rolls that appear untouched, coins with strong luster and minimal circulation, wear and untoned examples that avoided abrasions. Many collectors store modern coins in mylar flips, archival coin holders, or slabs once graded. Avoid cleaning coins. Collectors penalize cleaning heavily, and improper cleaning can ruin a coin's value. For long-term preservation, control humidity, avoid PVC containing flips, and keep coins away from direct sunlight and harsh chemicals. To wrap up, the 1979 Washington quarter is a common but worthwhile coin for collectors, mostly because condition and small varieties drive value rather than scarcity. Most examples are worth a little over face in circulated condition. Uncirculated and certified pieces can be worth noticeably more. Rare errors or exceptional high-grade specimens are where you'll see the biggest premiums. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and ring the bell. I post regular videos about coin values, rare finds, and how to spot valuable pieces in everyday change. Drop a comment below if you've found any unusual 1979 quarters or want me to appraise photos of coins in a future video. And thanks for watching. Next up, today we're diving deep into the 1980 Washington quarter, the Denver minted quarter that dropped into pockets all over the U.S. If you've got one in your change jar, on your dresser, or tucked in an old coin album, this video will walk you through what makes the 1980 quarter ordinary, what makes certain examples worth more, and how to spot the rarities. Stick around to the end. I'll give pro tips for grading, storage, and where to get a coin authenticated. If you enjoy this kind of treasure hunt content, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss future coin deep dives. The Washington quarter design. George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse has been the backbone of U.S. circulating quarters since 1932, with later design series starting in 1999. By 1980, the modern business strike quarters were well established. The 1980 is part of the pre-statehood quarters era. Before 1999, these coins were produced as everyday change for commerce, so millions were struck, and the vast majority saw years of handling, which is why most 1980 quarters are common and carry only face value to modest premiums. That little D under Washington's neck, that's the Denver mint. It tells you where the coin was struck. Denver and Philadelphia were the primary mints striking quarters for circulation in 1980. Denver strikes are plentiful. The mint mark won't automatically make the coin rare, it just identifies origin, but for collectors who collect by mint dates, and mint marks are important and certain mint mark combinations in other years or special issues can be scarce. 1980 though is generally common. Value depends almost entirely on grade. Most 1980 quarters you find in circulation are worn, scratches, flattened high points, and dull luster, and are worth face value 25 or just a small premium to collectors who want problem-free examples. If you find an uncirculated example, grades MS60, MS65 plus values rise. Grading is done on the 70-point Sheldon scale. MS mint state grades 6070 for uncirculated pieces, AU about uncirculated for lightly worn coins, and lower grades for circulation, where for serious selling or buying. Get the coin graded by a reputable service, PCGS and GC, to realize full market value. Here are general value ranges to set expectations. Remember, market prices change and condition matters more than the date circulated. 1980 typically face value to a couple dollars for nicer circulated examples. AU to low MS05 or MS63 roughly $1 $6. Higher mint state MS6 for MS66 could range $10 $60 or more depending on eye appeal and strike. Gem quality MS67 plus or exceptional specimens with attractive luster can fetch significantly higher prices at auction. Error coins, major strikes, large Planchette errors, dramatic off-center strikes, or proof like DCAM deep cameo. Specimens may be worth hundreds or more. I'm giving ranges always. Check current price guides and recent auction results for precise sale prices. Most 1980D quarters are standard, but errors happen, and those are where collecting gets exciting. Look for off-center strikes, clipped plankets, broad strikes, double dies on obverse or reverse, repunched mint marks, RP mis and die breaks or major die cracks. Even small repunched mint marks can be collectible. Major errors are particularly valuable because they're rarer and dramatic. Use a loop, 10x and a good light to inspect the fields and rims. Tiny anomalies can translate into real collector interest. Practical tips: handle coins only by the edges, wear cotton gloves if you must touch them, and use a loop or a phone macro lens for close inspection. Compare your coin to high-resolution images of known grades to estimate condition for anything that looks uncirculated, proof-like, or error-filled. Take clean, well-lit photos, obverse, reverse, and close-ups of any anomaly, and seek a second opinion from an experienced dealer or forum for high-value coins. Professional grading, PCGS and GC, protects both buyer and seller and typically increases marketability and sale price. Don't clean your coin. Cleaning, even with household products, will destroy numismatic value by removing original patina or introducing scratches. Store in inert holders. Mylar flips, archival to buy 2S, or airtight capsules for higher grade pieces. Keep coins in a cool, dry place away from humidity and fluctuating temperatures for long-term holders and investment grade pieces. Consider slab graded coins from Top Services. They're stable and easier to sell. If you decide to sell, get multiple opinions. Local coin shops, online auction houses, and collector forums can give price benchmarks. Small dealers may offer immediate cash but lower prices. Consigning to auction or selling online often yields higher returns but takes more time when buying. Use reputable dealers and request return policies for high-ticket items. For potential rarities or errors, obtain a professional grade or third-party authentication before transacting to ensure you receive fair value. To wrap up, the 1980D Washington quarter is mostly common in everyday grades, but with the right eye and a bit of luck, you could find an uncirculated gem or an eye-catching error that's worth chasing. If you like this deep dive, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and drop a comment below telling me what coin you found most recently. I read all of them. Join my members for early access to grading walkthroughs and monthly live coin critiques. Next video: how to spot valuable mint errors with just a loop. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching, keep hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. Next up, today we're taking a full nitty-gritty look at the 1981D Washington quarter, that Denver minted quarter you probably find in pocket change rolls and junk bins. If you've ever wondered whether that ordinary 1981D is worth more than 25 cents, stick around. I'll show you what to look for, the condition grades that matter, the uncommon error pieces that can be valuable, and how to verify current market prices like a pro. If you love coin hunts and deep dives, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the rare find segment at the end. The Washington quarter design has a long history, and the 1981 series is part of the standard circulation issues struck from 1965 through 1998. The 1981D is a Denver product. You'll see the small D mint mark on the obverse just under Washington's neck. Composition-wise, these are modern clad quarters to outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy bonded to a pure copper core. That means they aren't silver and you won't get melt value above 25 cents. Their collectible worth comes from condition, scarcity of varieties, and specific errors. The 1981D is a very common date in modern quarter collecting. Large mintages were produced to supply daily commerce, so most 1981D quarters are plentiful in circulated grades. That's great for beginner collectors. You can find high-quality examples without breaking the bank, but it also means you should temper expectations. Most circulated 1981D quarters trade at or only slightly above face value, while the real premiums appear on high-end circulated grades or documented error variety pieces. Here's how grading affects value. Circulated grades: good, fine, very fine, show obvious where the date and lettering are readable but details are softened. These usually remain worth face to a few dollars to collectors who need that date. About uncirculated pieces: show only the slightest wear and begin to attract modest premiums. Mint state MS60, MS70, Pieces, especially MS-65 and above, are where dollar signs can appear. The cleaner the strike, the sharper the devices and fields, the more collectors will pay. I'm not giving exact dollar numbers here because market prices move, but as a rule most 1981D quarters in circulation stay at or near face value. Uncirculated specimens can be worth modestly more, and exceptional certified specimens command the strongest premiums. When you examine a 1981D, use this checklist. 1. Is the date clear and free of damage? 2. Are the high points of Washington's hair and the eagle's breast feather detail sharp? 3. Is there any surface discoloration, bag marks, or hairline scratches? For any signs of chopping, polishing, or tooling? 5. Most importantly for error hunters, look for doubled dies on the obverse or reverse, die cracks, repunched mint marks, or laminations. A loop 10x and a bright light will be your best friends. Photograph suspect pieces and compare to certified examples before assuming rarity. Although 1981D isn't famous for headline making, rarities error coins do show up, doubled dies especially, on the mint mark or date, die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs where the die cracked off center, strikes and planchet defects like laminations or clipped plankets or repunched or mislocated D. Mint mark can sometimes be interesting to specialists. If you find a clean, obvious error, document it with good photos, measure the offset for off-center strikes, and get an opinion from a reputable grader or an experienced error coin community. Small clear errors can be worth significantly more than face value. If you think you've got a high grade or error 1981D, the safest path to realizing value is professional grading and or documented sales comparison. Submit high grade or suspected error coins to PCGS or NGC. If you want a market recognized grade that increases beer confidence, alternatively check completed sales on auction platforms, eBay sold listings, and specialist auction houses to see what similar graded or error examples actually sold for. Avoid listing with an inflated want price without comparables. The market will tell you what it's willing to pay. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like the video and subscribe. It helps small channels grow. If you want exclusive content, join our channel membership or Patreon. Tiers could be bronze, access to members only polls and behind the scenes clips; silver, early access to videos plus exclusive monthly coin roll hunts; and gold, everything above plus a quarterly Q&A and a downloadable deep dive PDF and video. Members also get priority for submission reviews. Send a photo of your coin and we'll highlight the most interesting finds each month. For patrons and members who want a longer format, here's a proposed deep dive episode outline you can use. Intro and context: 5 minutes. Metal, a composition and minting process explained with close-ups. 5 minutes. Live grading demo on 5 sample 1981D quarters across grades. 10 minutes. Detailed walkthrough of 3 real error examples and how to spot them. 10 minutes. How to photograph coins and prepare a submission packet for grading. 5 minutes. Final Q&A plus next steps. 5 minutes. This long format lets you show viewers hands-on comparisons and the subtle differences that make a coin collectible. To close, the 1981D Washington quarter is common but exciting. It's a perfect gateway for new collectors to learn grading, spotting errors, and understanding the market. I didn't quote live auction prices here because those change daily. For exact values, always check recent sold listings, price guides, and graded population reports. If you liked this next video, we'll open 3 rolls of 1981D quarters, live and do an on-camera grading session. Maybe you'll spot the next hidden gem. Hit subscribe, become a member if you want that deep dive, and leave a comment with any coin you'd like me to examine next.